best thing ever. Seen Alia, Asher, and my sister-in-law Evie, like, I couldn't ask for anything better, really. Like, I was already on a high, but seeing them just made everything so much better.
I know Mum's just excited for a massive hug. Like, she just wants me in her arms, so I can't wait to share this with them. Bit of a ritual that if I win gold, I have to buy Dad a gold label whiskey. So I got that in a duty-free for him, so he's excited for that, I think. But no, just see my nephews there. They're obviously all the fun have been there, a big part of my journey, and I just want to give them a big hug and have a big kai.
I got stopped in the Paris airport because they saw this heavy round thing in my bag and they had to recheck it in there, and then they saw it and I was like, yes, that's mine, thank you. So it is heavy, it does give you a bit of a neck rash, hence the collar that we've gone today so we can tuck it underneath. But no, it's an incredible neck rash to have, and I'm going to definitely be wearing it with pride because it's not very often that you get to bring home a piece of the Eiffel Tower back to New Zealand, which is extra special. It does feel a little bit unreal at the moment. For me personally, when the closing ceremony happened in Tokyo, that's when it fully sunk in for me. So I'm imagining that's probably what's going to happen again this time. I'm just super excited to see my family, to see my dog, and to spend some quality time with my partner. It's been a long month of travel and just being fully zoned into the Olympic Games.
I'm actually only home for 3 days and then I'm off again. So unfortunately for my poor husband, I only get to see him for 3 days. And then I'm straight back on a plane back here in Auckland and heading to Sydney to join the Dragons. And who knows, could be playing in round 3 or might leave it for round 4. Just got to see how the body's going.
So I'll go home, see Whānau tonight. I'm coming back to Auckland tomorrow night because I fly to Brisbane on Sunday. I know, and all going well. I mean, if I learn the game fast enough and if I do well and my body's ready, hopefully debut next weekend. But I mean, there's no expectation. I'm just going to go with the flow, and whatever happens, happens.
For now, we're just going to take the time off that we need as individuals. It's been a long time together as a group, and so it's important that we take the time where we can switch off. There's a lot of people who obviously don't live at home and have had moved to Tauranga for this dream, and so they're going to spend some quality time with family. We'll celebrate really well with our whole Sevens program with the boys as well when the time is right, but for now we're just going to switch off and enjoy the rest of the Olympic Games and spend some quality time with family.
I honestly thought the World Cup here was massive. 45,000, that was kind of one of the biggest crowds I'd ever played in front of, and then you get 66,000 or whatever it was in Stade de France, and it was epic knowing, compared to Tokyo, if I compare the 2 gold medals, it was epic knowing that you actually had family and friends in the stand. And I think as a team we performed well in pressure with lots of noise, with lots of people there. Like I always feel like I grow into another superhuman or something, because I'm like, yes, they're all cheering for us. They're cheering for women's rugby. They're cheering for our team.
It was a pretty special moment, and to know that that's the kind of support women's rugby around the world has, I hope it continues. I hope to see more people flood into the World Series tournaments, not only get behind our team, but all the different countries, and more funding and resources get put into it worldwide, not just here in New Zealand, but worldwide too, and continuing to grow the game, because World Rugby Sevens is so cool. You don't need as many people as 15, so it's a lot better for those smaller nations that are kind of just getting introduced to the sport.
It still feels like we're involved, even though we're now back at home. So the fact that we've still got quite a few New Zealand athletes that are yet to compete, and so that's really exciting for us to have our competition over and done with, so we can support the rest of the New Zealand team either back at home or for those girls that are still in Europe at the moment. I'm always going to back my Olympic bestie. Like she's just an absolute queen, and it's such an icon for women's sports in general, not just athletics. So yeah, of course I'm going to be supporting her. I'm going to be jet lagged for probably the next week, and so I've got no excuse but to watch at home.
Couch time for you.
Absolutely, I'm going to be lying on my couch with my blinds closed and just enjoy a little bit of peace in my own home, and just enjoy the feeling of being an Olympic gold medalist and watch everyone from back home. So no, I definitely will be supporting her, but of course we'll be cheering very loudly for Zoe Hobbs, my Naki companion. So we'll definitely be cheering for her as well, but also secretly be cheering for Shelley-Ann Fraser-Pryce.
We didn't really focus on winning, but I remember our coach saying in a meeting maybe a month ago, envision yourself on that podium if we get there, like what feelings are going to be going through your body, what things are going to be around you, and we did that. So it's cool. We try not to focus too much on it though, because otherwise you lose the moment of enjoying the journey, and we did that every single day. We made sure we turned up, just enjoyed each other's company, had a bit of fun, had a little bit of laughter, and that was the most important thing about it all.
I honestly couldn't ask for a better ending. It absolutely is that fairy tale ending that you know, me and Portia were kind of dreaming about, but not sure if it would come true. We knew we had the team, we had done everything in our training and the lead up and the build up to there, and to finally put it all together, it just felt so good, especially because in Tokyo, you know, there were some games we just scraped through by, you know, just scraped by some games, but we got that win, and that was kind of that win of that relief of like, yes, 10 years, we've finally done it. Whereas this one, it was like in front of our friends and family, 66,000 odd people, and one tournament that everything just clicked perfectly. We found that flow, and it was from day one all the way through to that last game. Even just being there in that stadium, I stood in the empty stadium as it cleared out that night that we won. I was like, far out, like this is the last stadium that I'm ever going to play rugby sevens in for New Zealand. And yeah, I don't think it has sunk in. I think it won't until I'm kind of by myself and realise that I'm actually not going to be in that team environment again. Like I won't really go back into the Blake Park down in Tauranga, won't be training alongside the girls again. I'll catch up with them, no doubt, but yeah, I don't think it's fully sunk in yet.
Well, we talked a lot about, you know, it was the end of an era for them both, and it was cool because, first of all, they played well, and they have played well for the last 13 or so years that they've been in the team, and we're going to miss them. We'll miss them so much. Everything they do on the field, everything they do off the field, they're legends in their own rights, they're leaders in their own right. So yeah, it's sad, it's a sad time, but hey, they get to walk away finishing on a gold medal at the Olympics. I mean, it's a pretty cool way to finish your career with us.
By the way, I've named my medal Shelley. Okay, this is Shelley. Shelley, welcome home. This is the media, and you've got a lot of people to still meet, so you will be overwhelmed, but it's a very good feeling, so welcome home, Shelley.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest New Zealand Herald news, click the subscribe button below or check out one of these videos. And head over to nzherald.co.nz for more news worth knowing.